Hello, hi everyone, good afternoon. So today we are going to learn about momentum and impulse. So that is our today's topic. So if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Dr. Akash. I have a PhD in physics from National University of Singapore, BSMS dual degree from ISA Pune, as ranker in JEE Advanced and KUPY. Alright, if you are watching me live, you can say just hi so that I'll know you're watching. So hi Karthik, good afternoon, let's start. So what is momentum? You must have heard this word, right? If you watch, let's suppose, cricket commentary, then sometimes the commentator, they say, like let's suppose the match is between India versus Australia, and commentator says the momentum is with India, for example, right? So what does that mean? Does that really mean anything? In our daily routine, we use lot of physics words. For example, weight, mass, I don't know, velocity, momentum. Lot of these words we use in our daily life, but that does not have exactly physical or scientific meaning. So let's understand what exactly this momentum means scientifically in terms of physics. All right. Hi Karthik and Dina Bandhu. Hi Dinbandhu. Then momentum is nothing but this product of mass into velocity. So momentum is a vector quantity. You can write this momentum P vector is equal to mass into velocity V vector. Okay, so this is a momentum. So it has direction, it has both magnitude and direction. Magnitude and direction both. Hi Pushpa, good afternoon. And the SI unit, what will be the SI unit of momentum? It will be SI unit of mass, which is kilograms, multiplied by SI unit of velocity, which is meter per second. So this is the SI unit of momentum. Okay, so these are the SI units for, sorry, what happened? Momentum. So what exactly is momentum? It simply means the product of mass and velocity. In the last class, we have learned moment of inertia. So the quantity which is very close to the moment of inertia is this momentum. Momentum is very close to the moment of inertia. I have told you, moment of inertia does not have any, like you cannot measure it. So it does not have any units. But there are some quantities which we can measure, and momentum is one of them. Okay, yes, we'll solve a lot of questions today. Okay, so now first question, I have like 7-8 questions today and 5-6 MCQs, I mean numerical questions. Solve it. Oh, momentum came. Now you are crying. Don't cry, it's very easy. We'll solve the questions. Okay, Karan Junior. By the way guys, do you know Sri Chaitanya rank 1, I mean the NEET rank 1 was from Sri Chaitanya. Not just that, the JEE Advanced, or sorry, JEE Mains rank 1 was from Sri Chaitanya, and they are like predicting even the JEE Advanced rank 1 will be from Sri Chaitanya. So if you are watching this, then you are very lucky, because all these students, those who are getting rank in first 100, there are at least I think 25 to 30 students in top 100, and these are like all the Sri Chaitanya students for both JEE Mains as well as NEET, and they had started their education with Sri Chaitanya at least like 3-4 years back, from grade 8, grade 9th or grade 10th. So these are not just 2 years students, they started much earlier, they started from foundation. So if you are watching, make sure that you are somehow associated with Sri Chaitanya. Alright? Can distance be 0? Yes, it can be 0. So which of the following have a greater momentum? What is momentum? Momentum is simply mass into velocity. Right? So which one have greater momentum, largest momentum? A bullet fired from gun, then bullet thrown by hand. So for example, there is a bullet, it is fired from the gun. So this one have very high velocity, this one have low velocity. Mass of the bullet is same in both the cases. Both A and B have same momentum, as the mass of the bullet is same. Mass is same, but the velocity is different. So momentum is product of mass into velocity. So if you want higher momentum, you want either higher mass or higher velocity. That is our option number E. Easy? Now the next question, solve it fast, quickly. The following vehicles, they are moving with the same speed. Which of the vehicle will have higher momentum? They have same speed, but what is different? Again, momentum is mass into velocity. So velocity or the speed is same speed. So if the mass is higher, momentum will be higher. So that would be scooter, car, truck and train. So which of those four has the maximum mass? It is the train. That is the correct option. Clear? Next one. So what will be the momentum of a stone having mass 10 kilograms when it is thrown with a velocity of 2 meters per second? Yes, Kotaro. Momentum depends on the direction as well. Correct. Nice, Pushpa, Kartike. Great. So what is momentum? Momentum is mass into velocity. What is mass? Mass is 10 kilograms multiplied by what is velocity? 2 meters per second. 2 meter per second. So momentum will be 20. What will be the units? Kilograms meter per second. So this is the momentum of the object. Easy, you can solve these kind of questions. Very easy, very simple. Momentum is a vector quantity. Here you can write this in the vector notation. So momentum is a vector quantity because it is multiplication of mass and velocity. Velocity is also a vector quantity. Okay, solve this. So vehicle running with this velocity, momentum is 5000 kilogram meter per second. What is the mass? 1000 kilograms. Okay, let's find out. Aesthetic. So what is momentum? It is mass into velocity. So which quantities are given? We know the momentum. It is 5000 kilograms meter per second. There is a momentum. This should be equal to the mass multiplied by what is the velocity? 5 meters per second. So from this, mass would be this 5000 divided by 5. What will be the units? There is kilograms. 5000 kilogram meter per second divided by 5 meter per second. So you can cancel this meter per second. You can divide 5000 by 5, which is 1000. So mass will be 1000 kilograms. That should be the answer. Easy? Anybody finding it difficult? Next one. Solve it. If the momentum is this much and mass is 10 kilograms, find the velocity. So what is given? Again, same formula, momentum is mass into velocity. We know the momentum value, we know the mass value, we need to find out velocity. So velocity is momentum divided by mass. So substitute the values. So what is momentum? 50 kilograms meter per second divided by 10 kilograms. So what is the velocity? It is 5 meter per second. That would be the velocity. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. Solve this. So there are three objects: bullet, elephant and bike. So which of those following has a higher momentum? How will you find out? They just give the letter P for the momentum. I mean, some scientist maybe he decided momentum will have, because momentum it starts from m, right? And m is given for the mass. So you don't want to use the same unit for mass as well as momentum. So maybe some scientists thought, okay, let's use letter P for the momentum, and that's how we carry forward. Bullet is the wrong answer. Bullet is the wrong answer. We have learned, we have solved so many questions. Why you choose bullet? Because you did not convert. What is the mass of the bullet? 20 grams. Did you convert into SI unit? Is this an SI unit of mass? Elephant is also wrong, because you are not solving. You guys are not solving the question. Okay, let's solve it. We have three objects. First is elephant. Then we have a bike, and then we have bullet. Bike and bullet. So now let's write down their mass. What is the mass of the elephant? It is 2000 kilograms. So mass is in kilograms. It is 2000 kilograms. What is mass of the bike? Mass of the bike is 300 kilograms, and mass of the bullet is 20 grams. So that is 20 divided by 100, these many, 20 divided by 1000, these many kilograms. Right? There is a mass. Now what is the velocity? For the elephant it is 1 meter per second. 1 meter per second. For the bike it is 10 meter per second, and for the bullet it is 400 meters per second. So what is the momentum? Momentum is mass into velocity. So for the elephant, 2000 multiplied by 1, so unit would be kilograms meter per second. So this would be 2000 kilogram meter per second, that is a unit. For bike it is 300 into 10, which is 3000 kilogram meter per second. And for bullet it is, you can cancel this 0. So it is 2 by 100 multiplied by 4. So which is 2 divided by 100 multiplied by 400. So you can cancel these zeros. So that would be 8 kilograms meter per second. So bullet actually has a least momentum. Elephant has lower than bike. Bike has the maximum momentum. Yes? So yes, momentum is related to both mass and velocity, and the product of both should be greater. Then only we can say the object has higher momentum. So that should be our option. Bike is our correct option. Easy? Understood? Now let's solve. Okay, there is another concept called as impulse. Do you know what is impulse? Impulse simply means change in momentum. So what is impulse? Impulse is change in the momentum. So that you can treat it as a definition of impulse. So what is impulse? Impulse is nothing but in a short duration, if there is a change in the momentum, that is called as impulse. Okay, so this is the impulse. So now what is change? So this change, this word in Greek letters or in physics, it is represented by this letter. It is called as delta. This is a Greek letter. We use it quite often in physics. This triangle or this letter delta, it means change. So what is impulse? Impulse, we use letter J for the impulse. Impulse means change in the momentum. So this is the impulse, which is change in momentum. Actually, even the impulse is the vector quantity. So what is impulse in vector terms? You can write impulse in vector terms as change in momentum in vector notation. But what is change in momentum? Something is changing. That means final minus initial. So what is change in momentum? It is the final momentum minus initial momentum. Pf, there is a subscript f, that means it is a final momentum. What is Pi? It is the initial momentum. That is the change in the momentum. So in the vector notation, you can write this J vector is final momentum vector minus initial momentum vector. Okay. Now, what is final momentum? Final momentum is nothing but mass of the object multiplied by final velocity. So this V is the final velocity. So Pf is nothing but m into final velocity. So now we assume that the mass is constant. If the object has the same mass, then initial momentum is mass into initial velocity. Is work vector quantity? No, work is not vector quantity. So here you can take out the mass common. Mass is common. So you will get this. So what is impulse? Impulse is nothing but you can use this formula for the impulse or you can use this formula for the impulse. So there is a general formula. There is like a definition of impulse and this is like a derived formula. You did some calculations and there is a derived formula. So this formula you can use if mass is constant. So in our daily life, you do a lot of activities. So in most of the activities, this mass is going to be constant. So that is why when the mass is constant, you can use this formula. Why work is a vector? I'll teach the work and that time I'll explain in details why the work is a scalar quantity. Work is scalar quantity. I'll explain that because it does not have any direction. There is a simplistic meaning. So what is the significance of impulse? So if you like watch any sports, for example, if you watch cricket, in cricket what happens? If you catch the ball, for example, you are a fielder, you are like there is a ball coming towards you, you catch the ball. So what will happen? Your hands will go behind. Yes, this is how usually the players they catch the ball. Or let's suppose you are playing the football. There is a ball coming with a very high speed towards you. Now if you are standing here and if the ball comes and hit you, then the impact would be very high. But if you collect the ball and take your hands behind, little bit behind, then the impact is much lower. So what is impulse? How does it play a role here? So here the process of stopping the ball is same. In both the situations, finally ball is coming towards you and ball is going to stop. Yes, but in the first case, if I am standing here, ball is coming and hitting me very hard. So what will happen? The time of impact is very low. But if I catch the ball and take my hands backwards, the time of impact is greater. So when you increase the time of impact, That means you lower the intensity, so it does not hurt you. So that is the significance of impulse, right? So whenever you increase the time, the effect of impulse you dilute. So the force that you exert is much less, and it will, the ball or anything will cause lot of less damage to ourselves. Okay, so let's learn one more thing. Let's suppose here is a ball, but I'll give you another example. Let's suppose there is a cushion, like if there are highways, if there is sharp turn, so usually they put a lot of bags which contain let's say sand, or there are some cans or like which contains the water. So now let's suppose there is a car which is coming at a very high speed. If this car comes and hit this cushion, this is a cushion, right? So what will happen? The cushion will deform. Car is coming and the cushion will deform. So the change in impulse or change in momentum, that is the impulse, is like change has done in longer time. But let's suppose if instead of this cushion we have a very like rigid wall, and now the same car comes and hit the wall, what will happen? Car will get destroyed completely. If a car with a very high velocity, very high speed comes and hit the wall, what will happen? Car will get destroyed. But if there is some cushion, then at least you can lesser the damage. In both the cases, is the impulse same or different? What do you think? In both the cases, is the impulse same or different? Okay, maybe we solve one question. Solve this question. I'll explain you again. So player catches a ball of mass this much, moving with the velocity of this in 2 seconds. So what is the impulse produced by the player? So remember, player catches the ball. Player is catching the ball. So write down the terms we know. Mass, which is 100 grams. Initial velocity. What is the initial velocity? It is 15 meters per second. 15 meters per second. And the final velocity, because player catches the ball, so final velocity is 0. So how will you find out impulse? So impulse is nothing but change in the momentum. Change in the momentum. So from here you can find out what is the final momentum. Final momentum is mass into final velocity. That would be mass into final velocity is 0. Initial momentum, which is mass into initial velocity, is how much? Mass into initial velocity. This is a mass in grams. So you have to convert it into kilograms, which is 0.1 kilograms. You divide this by 1000. So mass into velocity, which is 0.1 kilograms multiplied by velocity, which is 15 meter per second. So this initial momentum will be 1.5 kilograms meter per second. So what is a change in momentum? Impulse is change in momentum, which is final momentum minus initial momentum. So final momentum is 0 minus initial momentum, which is 1.5 kilograms meter per second. 1.5 kilograms meter per second. So what is the impulse? So from here, impulse is minus 1.5 kilograms meter per second. Yes? So this is how we calculate the impulse, but they have written it completes in 2 seconds. Did we use that information? the time information? No, right? We have not used the time information. So why we did not use? Because impulse only take care of the momentum. Momentum just before and just after, that is called as impulse. And if you divide this momentum by time, I'll give you another formula. So if you divide the change in momentum by time, that is impulse divided by time, this will be the force. We'll learn this in details more. This formula is called as Newton's second law of motion. So what does it tell? The rate of change of momentum. So if in the earlier example, what we learned here, the impulse is same whether the car hit the rigid wall or car hit the very smooth or cushion type wall, still the impulse is going to be same. Change in momentum is going to be same. What will be the difference? Difference is a time factor. Time is different. So rate of change of impulse or rate of change of momentum is going to be different, and that is nothing but the force. So force which act on the object is going to be different. Clear? Did not understand? Why? So what you did not understand? Okay, we'll solve one more question, and if you have any doubts, let me know. You can type in the chat. I'll explain you again. So which of the following is momentum closely related to? So which is like cousin of momentum? Yes, impulse and momentum, both of them have exactly same units. So these are very closely related. Impulse is the effect that you feel, correct? Impulse, like what is the physical meaning of impulse? Impulse is change in momentum, but whether you carry that change in momentum very quickly or you do it over some time, you do it slowly, that matters, and that is the Newton's second law, which we'll learn in the next class. Okay, so but the change in momentum, that is going to be the same, just the rate of change is going to be different. All right, so that's it for today. You can go to this website. There is a Telegram channel. You'll get all the notes, all the questions. And by the way, did I tell you? So yesterday NEET results were announced, and do you know which institute got the rank 1? Rank 1, all India rank. All India rank. That is AIR 1. AIR 1 is from Sri Chaitanya, is from Infinity Learn. So if you are like part of Infinity Learn or Sri Chaitanya, just get associated with Infinity Learn or Sri Chaitanya. Alright, both for JEE mains as well as NEET, the rank 1 is from Sri Chaitanya or Infinity Learn. Alright, so that's it for today. Thank you so much everyone. Bye bye.